Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Coaches like to say, play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Alabama's head coach told me before the game, this could be one of their most important games of the year. With both teams undefeated, this game is a separator. As the college football playoff looms near, they have to separate and prove they are one of the best teams in the country. They have a chance to do that here today. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. It's not the end of the world. This is not one of those be-all, end-all games that we used to have in a different era. But certainly for the winner, clear shot at a conference title and perhaps a spot in the college football playoff and a bye.
I love it. It's a great show-me week. A lot of adrenaline, a lot of emotion. Like both these squads, really, really good football teams in really good positions in their conference. But Jesse, after today, there can only be 1-1.
Yeah, the picture's going to change, no doubt about it. These two teams both believe they're the best in conference play. Nobody's beat them yet, and they believe they're the man in the conference. So we're going to learn a lot. By the time this game is over, who is the best in conference play?
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. Motion from the wideout. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Quarterback may change this route. He'll take it himself and just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on 3rd down. Russell trying to make magic with his feet. And midfield, he's got room. is off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do it better.
Makes a grab and room to run. Touchdown, Bama! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher coming courtesy of that touchdown toss from 45 yards out. On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Pretty good job of coverage on that kick. Using their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Out of the gun here with Nate Frazier. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Fires on the move. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? Breaks into the open. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
And you can see something happens in the back end here where, I don't know, the miscommunication, defense lets him kind of break through, but the play started with the QB buying time, being very patient, not getting sped up, and then the bust happens, he finds his guy, and he converts the 3rd down.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll try it again. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Frazier. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36.
Well, it feels like each and every year when you talk Georgia and their ability running the football, they are about as deep at that position in running back as anybody in college football. You look to last year, David, it felt like every game there was 5 or 6 guys. It was Nate Frazier and 4 other dudes all getting it done. They recruit so well at that position. They bring in fresh bodies. They wear defenses down. We expect that to be the same thing this year.
They do, but I tell you what, man, the highlighter to me, the top guy is Nate Frazier. And them keeping him this offseason, there's a lot of people
that were trying to make him a very rich man. And I'm not saying he's not a rich man in Georgia, but, like, he is the superstar. He's got great feet. You saw him take next steps after his freshman year. And this guy really has dynamic quickness. He explodes through the hole, home run speed, doesn't mess around, has really proven to be a great back.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Frazier. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Fires left. They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the first down. And the Bulldogs, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Dogs! The first score of the game for the man who leads the nation in rushing touchdowns. Timely decisions, effective play management, helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed to play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it was a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
And they did tack on the extra point. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Looks like he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Tide ready to roll on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Out of the gun to give to the back. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Just going to keep it after the snap. Maybe a crease. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
On the move. Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5.
And I'm not surprised that they're giving him a touch early in this football game, too, because you've seen it throughout the season, man. Like, they trust their QB to run the football, especially in big-time situations. We'll see that throughout this football game, but he's already over 500 yards. Like, that's really good. So he's a weapon that they will use throughout the football game.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Quarterback making checks. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. He's got it on the move. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Well, you really can't afford to get that type of call down here when you're trying to punch in a score. Keelan Russell makes the catch. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal?
Hey, check it. It's an 80 Mustang. It's an 80 Mustang. Ready, go.
Snagged out of the air. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block, and he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the 1st down.
And finally, we see a little bit of that, which we talked about coming into this football game. Like, we highlighted him. He's a really good football player. They're going to feature him. He's going to make big plays. Today, the defense has absolutely shut him down. That was actually his longest carry of the day. They're going to need more of that from this offense.
The sure hands, it's Humphries. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Quick completion on the out. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Will, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
The Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Took a shot as he threw. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use the timeout instead. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. They want to throw it. Sets up the screen. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a fourth down.
Man, you gotta love the safety's eyes on that play. He didn't get lost. He didn't get enamored with everything that was going on in front of him, playing pass down the field. He locked eyes on that running back, saw the screen develop, comes upfield, makes the play, makes the sound tackle.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned.
And sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
On the move. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We begin with the Ole Miss Rebels taking on the Vanderbilt Commodores. And it's Ole Miss who finish off the victory to get to 4-1. They led this one at halftime. They held off a second-half comeback attempt. This group has to be feeling good. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Here comes that Alabama offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Booster, booster! Return, return! Go, go!
Throwing Russell. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Georgia! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And that is a critical error by the quarterback at a critical juncture of the game, right, David? This thing's already close, and it's the smallest mistake that could make the difference. That pick six certainly hurts his team, but there's a lot of football left, a lot of time left. You got to be resilient as a quarterback. You have to be able to turn the page and get back out and attack with confidence.
You made a mistake. You're exactly right. We got to flush this. We got to move on. Obviously, the crowd goes nuts. The fans are all into it. The other side's energized. Now you got to go get your head together. Go watch the clip, see what happened. What did I do wrong? You got to get out there and go fix it, because you still got a chance to win this ball game.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped. When he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short.
Ready! Flag 88! Flag 88! Go, go!
The inside handoff. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. The freshman safety still down on the field as he's being attended to by the medical personnel. They'll try to move the chains on third and short from the 25.
Ready! Yeah, 18, go!
Now on the move. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play, because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Might as well stick with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And it's been a struggle for this young man. I mean, listen, he's a pretty good player, and they depend on him week in and week out to be their guy to carry the mail. Just, it's not working, and the run game hasn't found a rhythm. And I think that's why this offense, they need something. They need a spark. They need to find some way to run the football.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got his man. The Tide will get the first down. With all those receivers in the game, you might think they were getting ready to try to take a big shot. Instead, just officially moving the chains.
Yeah, you got all that speed. It scares the mess out of me. I might give you more of a cushion, especially in some areas where you're going to get good matchups of safeties or linebackers on receivers.
punt, and he's got room. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
And as a quarterback, man, you have to have a short memory, right? Be able to put mistakes behind you. He threw an interception last possession. Who cares? Nice job coming out, getting organized, getting the play down, having confidence, and now they're moving the ball right down the field.
Ready? Flags, ready, go!
This is a designed run, and the defense snows him under after a very short game.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So you really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And if anything, this offense has proven one thing, man. They're stubborn. Like, they're going to continue to run the football. That's who they are. That's the identity. They haven't shown great numbers, and they haven't done an elite job, but sticking with it, make this defense play honest. Now here in a third and short situation.
Turning it on! The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Ready, go!
Maybe some room here, and a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 12th of the season. That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, train the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn. And that's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
Rush is on him, and he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. Georgia comes quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Not a lot of good plays for 3rd in California, so you're just trying to get a completion and help out your punter, but they can't even get that executed.
Georgia sends out the punt team. It's blocked. He couldn't get it away.
Man, and you're probably thinking, who the heck has that guy? The block right up the middle. Guy comes right near the center, comes through the formation, gets his hands up and gets the block. Somebody definitely missed an assignment on that punt.
They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive.
Check, check, check! 14-24 plus! 14-24 plus! Go!
Russell. It's complete. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. Big time. makers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers, Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and...
Could be an alley. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown Tide! Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's caught. It's Humphreys. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Here comes the heat. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass. This time it's complete. 5-yard gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 5. Georgia going up tempo. Wants to throw it. Got the quick pass. Oh, he's got some space. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. And the Dogs look to keep this drive humming. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down.
Makes the grab. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. The Dogs go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Quarterback keeper. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The Bulldogs answer right back with a score of their own.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the big fellas are on the field as they try to power it in for 2. Here's Nate Frazier. He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're just down 6. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He's chased out of bounds inside the 15. They'll mark him out at his own 14-yard line. Not much on that kick return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Both of these teams off to perfect starts in conference play, and one trying to stay atop the heap. From the gun on third down, it's Mack. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Just a little too eager there, and they'll back up 5, and it's 1st and 15. To the air, it's Stockton. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. On the run, fires downfield. And the pass falls harmlessly to the ground. We'll see if the laundry is as harmless. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. These corners backing off a bit. They'll go to the air. Unloads it left. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sideline, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
And the Bulldogs come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. The give to the right. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. Trying to bull his way in. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home.
And this offense is going to have to do more of this, right? They're going to have to be aggressive, attack the sidelines. They're going to need some big plays, trailing late in this football game, but they've also got to be smart and be mindful of the clock.
They'll run with Nate Frazier. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. This crowd knows when to bring it. On 2nd and goal, they go right back to him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. Fourth down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. To the air, it's Stockton. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
That is how it's done. In the clutch, in the big time, your offense comes up with the big drive, puts points on the board. Now you tell your kicker, go knock this PAT through, take the lead. Nice execution by this offense.
Just an extra point away from taking the lead late. And he knocks it through to put him up by 1, and now the D will try to hang on. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Keelan Russell. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Well, I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2-minute situation.
And nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
Now on 1st down from the 28. Back to throw, it's Russell. Bought a little time, lets it go. That one never had a chance, incomplete.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Could not make his way to the corner.
Screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Again, it's Russell. Now he's going to break the pocket. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that 1st down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short.
And this defense did exactly what they wanted to do. You force the passing situations. Now what do? Now you can drop back, play pass. And when the quarterback scrambles, now I just rally to the football, I tackle him on the ground, and I force the 4th down.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Quarterback keeps it. He's barely going to make it back to the line of scrimmage, and he'll be stopped short on 4th down.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. Be curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Georgia trying to finish the deal and run out the clock. And and they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Defense wants to bring the heat. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now the offense will back it up 5 and try it on 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
And that is a massive play by the quarterback and great understanding of the situation, knowing if I can find a way to get a first down, this game is over. QB scrambles around, nobody open, David, but he does it with his legs and gets the W for his team.
And I'm not surprised whose hands they put the ball in. This is crunch time. Get the first down. This ball game is over. They trusted their quarterback, and they got it done.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
Handoff for Frazier. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game. They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking to do bigger things.
No, 6-0 is great, but that's not the goal. They want to be 12-0.